control that they have with this double controller is something to admire. As they nearly caught off guard there, but will be able to escape away. But BORKUM will find Defo, and actually Chronicle as well on the back of that. A little bit of a bait there.
This is actually going really well. Gambit are kind of struggling to break back in on this. All trades effective and all going Secret's way. Maybe a reminder, a confidence builder here for Secret after pretty rough map 2. And yeah, it's down to sheydos. And there it goes. Lovely work from Secret, and the boys are out.
Here, if Gambit can get anything done here with actually a ghost and a sheriff, or 2 sheriffs, apologies, one in the hands of sheydos as well. A little bit of a crunch towards showers here.
Oh, we are getting the dubstep POV though, that's nice. Fans around the world will be loving it. Nats and Chronicle last 2 alive. Luckily, however, for those playing along at home, if you aren't just a fan of the dubstep cam, it does mean as though that there's only 2. So Nats and Chronicle, what can you do out of this one? Dubstep does make his way over to the site. Nats and Chronicle have actually found 2, and now the 1v1. Dubstep up against Chronicle. Spike has been retrieved. The massacre in the showers has gone down. DubsteP actually going to play forward into this. Chronicle, he's not like he's going to be surprised by this though. Look at him holding this angle, and patience pays off. Chronicle, a lovely conversion there towards DubsteP, who tried.
Balls across the board. What they can get done here is, again, spread pretty thin. No surprises here.
I like this though. I'll take this every day of the week. Now, yes, they find 1, but do they expect the second? It looks like they're checking for it, but hasn't quite uncovered the secret that waits down towards middle.
He does spot him.
Yeah, there it is. Good work from Chronicle to keep that in mind. So we do have at least a frag coming in on the other side, but there is still players there. There's always a contingency plan, it seems, right now for Gambit, and they've overwhelmed Jessie. As Witz, dispenser are the last 2 alive. Maybe just 1. It's not pretty there. That's not pretty at all, and it's actually getting not necessarily out of control, because as said, there is a contingency plan, that being Redgar.
3 members of Gambit here, so... Sorry, 2, my mistake. That's the only Redgar and Chronicle.
I love the fights for the extremity, though. This is so exciting to me.
The emphasis from Secret. There was 3 players there swinging out from Garden.
But they're both doing something similar, which I like, this kind of mirrored approach that we want to take control of the extremities as much as we can, fight for those orbs if we have to, which is looking like at least Secret will get 1 under their belt, and the other should be, again, retrieved by Gambit, so it should even out in some way. But mirrored approach, at least in the beginning.
And a couple of pings coming through as well. You can see, I think Gambit potentially with their sights set towards A, but Secret already preemptively rotating that way. Spike not committed though. Again, Gambit, this is more of a typical round in terms of the timeline here. Approach that 45-second mark. Defo and Nats will start to explore short.
Yeah, it does look as though they're leaning back towards that A site now after holding that default for some time, showing presence across the map. But it seems though short is going to be the destination. Nat's going to be doing what Nats does best, but let's see if he's been read, and he has been. Jessie well positioned, prepared to receive. Does get at least the visual confirmation of that player so close by. Seekers did come through as well, just kind of chasing down the final player, so everyone from Secret is in the right place at the right time. Here we see sheydos towards the shower, going to find BORKUM, but now it's everyone else who's still alive. Jessie still stands and DubsteP still stands. Seekers on the other side now come through, going to try and isolate, but Jessie finds Chronicle off that spike. Now what more can be done in this though? That off on the way back in is going to be tricky on the retake.
Really looking towards Jessie to get something done here as he comes under pressure. sheydos again stuck in this corner until that flash comes back on. Another couple of seconds on that, but Secret making the most of the time here.
That's lovely work from him, still bringing that up to bear, finding Redgar. Now sheydos flashes there, it's not ideal, that's going to be a halfway defuse. The swing, it's not enough. Jessie, the cornerstone so far for Secret in my eyes. Some of these big rounds he's clutched out on, he's kept them safe, and he's kept them now at even footing.
One of those engagements, right, he can pop flash out, and things like that. We don't want to challenge that.
Actually a 3-play stack towards long and shower at this point, so it looks like Gambit going to have to take a bit of a backseat in this.
I love that there. Defo just got towards peak, he was like, no, maybe not.
Not this time. They haven't been given much to work with at the start, so it kind of funnels them towards either middle or short, I guess, are the 2 options, unless they want to try and regain that space where they have to burn. Probably limited utility to try and take it now.
A little more focus put towards showers. And what's interesting here, again, whether or not this becomes a factor, but Dispenser's utility is literally invested to address Nats. That is literally a counterplay there.
Ooh,
And
Jessie!
the one person we're talking about, Jessie's going to find him with the Hunter's Fury. And remove that piece of Gambit's setup. Now, how do they relinquish the control here, Lauren?
Because, but again, there's so much information being held on this. Jessie can hit that quick rotation as well, even if it's with a suboptimal weapon at this point. Flash comes in, still plenty of utility on short from that KJ. Going to give them a fair bit to lean back on here. And they still have that shower control, so it's going to give them a nice little crossfire potentially, but Gambit going to try and work their way forward. Has to give away so much information getting to this point. Spike can go down potentially. A tap on the Spike draws out further utility, but look at the time, down to 20 seconds. And look at the players smothering from every side. A quick TP taken. That's going to be the Spike towards the other side now. A couple of other players join in, and sheydos tries to catch one of the heals. Oh my word, how's he alive? And the double dip comes back out from the Astra fighting sheydos. Redgar and Chronicle now put to work. Ult is online for Chronicle. What can you do with that though?
Okay, he's stuck on site, not really any possibility to
Check
use it.
it.
BORKUM. Actually, they're both fine kills. Chronicle finds another one.
No way, Redgar. Oh, dispenser, well handled. Again, they are maintaining some of this composure in these pressure scenarios, because that started to look dicey at the end then.
It does, and just to come back to that setup on A, I look towards the indications that they're addressing what...
Not that way necessarily in scoreline, but...
We saw nothing like this on Breeze, which was the concern, right? There was none of the positives we saw from Icebox. Straight away here, different story for Secret.
DubsteP turns and flash, but does not turn away from the pressure mounting towards Long. He's got backup as well. Jessie's by his side. Defo goes down, and more start to pour forward, and DubsteP is doing it to him. And this is Team Secret looking strong right now. Not overwhelmed this time. Keep in mind, even on Icebox, the pace change caught him off guard. That was the one get out jail free card for Gambit. This time, it ain't happening. Chronicle is left on an island. There's nothing much to do about this.
Full control of the Spike. Chronicle, a Spectre in hand. He's got to close the distance if he wants to even find a consolation. Some damage in a round like this, and Secret disciplined enough. They're not going to give it away to him. Dispenser actually will lose out on that one, as I say. He needed to get a little closer.
Yeah.
Chronicle makes it work at range.
40 seconds to try and do something, though. I mean...
There's bodies on that Spike. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, there's a few of them. There's a few players keeping an eye on it. He's got 20 HP.
30 seconds left.
And then goes lower down Long. Just, again, just making sure they don't lose track of him. And they're still going to keep out of mind's eye towards where he is. And the gap's being closed, as you can see. The Astra's starting to work the way so they know where he is and where he isn't. Yes, he can be a problem, but for 10 seconds he gets shut down. And I'm in love with how Team Secret
standing ahead. Potentially 3 or 4 people looking to explore A short. Cosmic Divide will go up, and potential for a quick hit here on the side of Gambit.
His pace changes have been a little hit and miss. It did get at least dealt with in the prior one, but this one, they at least have a heftier buy behind it. But DubsteP still finding success here. Shuts down Chronicle, so keeps that line safe. Showers is still under control, and look at them tucked in here. Gambit trying to find some bit of safety. Witz still wins out as well. Redgar now found down to 3. Defo, Nats, and sheydos. What can you do with this one now? You're being surrounded all fronts. KJ ult has come in. So the eviction notice now posted. Nat's going to try and find his way out. Denies the ult. Swings it! Oh, Nat's out of nowhere! 3 huge kills. But it's still a 2v3. It ain't over yet. Witz, can you do it? He's found the first step of 2v2, but time is starting to play a factor in Nats. He's slowly working his way around. He's got another. Nats has done it all!
My God. What an insane round from Nats. Got full control of the Spike there. It doesn't even end up mattering.
Nope. And hey, that's the bonus of having a player like Nats, right? It's occasionally going to get you that little extra, that little across the line that you don't expect. And you look what it's done. It has humbled some of the money building here. We do have that just Sheriff coming out, for example. I'm still with DubsteP. Plenty of ults to play with Redgar. Did he just get away with this position?
I think he did. He's unchecked. You can see DubsteP very, very close by.
How long does he hold this? Does he try and play this one out? See if he can hold that patience? Because you can see them hitting these rotations towards A already.
Again, Redgar can stay here as long as he wants. He's got that global utility, so he can be very disconnected from this execute. But 3 players from Secret already preemptively stacked up, and he's going to be rewarded for it. Absolutely. Look at this now, and again, it's both extremities, Lauren. It's exactly what you were talking about.
There is at least a trade back, so it's not all for nothing, and he can turn his attention back to this short hit coming in. That's being part of it. BORKUM's in trouble now. He's going to have so much attention his way. Too much to handle as Chronicle does find him. And the corner gets cleared. There's now just Jessie Fast alive and a mile away.
And again, I think with the setup here,
30 seconds left.
Jessie just going to try and hold on to the operator. He's still
Spike
paranoid
planted.
that Redgar in close proximity, but again, not going to risk anything here. We'll hold on to this and look towards the next round. Cosmic Divide Seekers, the Blade Storm available for Secret. Whether actually, again, similar sort of question you asked towards Gambit, they need to find value in this default in the early rounds. Now you look towards Secret with these stacks and these setups. Do they start digging a little deeper? Do they start kind of, you know, scratching the surface in terms of addressing almost this inherited control by Gambit, right? It's, again, we know they're going to flourish in these slow rounds. We know they're going to ultimately push and pull in terms of the pressure across the map. See, Jessie, you take the TP. Although he's followed, he will get followed there, and again, they're all...
Show me what you got here. DubsteP gets active on this one. Chronicle already going to slip away, though. A consideration made of potential play coming out. Already going to take that mid space, though. That's going to be at least in the hands of DubsteP. And again, Secret do take space on this map, which I quite like. They are taking territory, but Gambit are answering back in kind as well.
Like I said, the next step of this is capitalizing on it, right? And again, Gambit are happy to sit opposite these setups, away from something. Beautiful flash, actually. Defo swinging on the back of it. Jessie and DubsteP now, the last two members of Secret to hold on to B site. Yeah, up until now, DubsteP unnoted, so no hooker. Kind of, or any kind of address from Gambit towards that side, which makes me feel like, again, they're going to take this TP, they're going to flip back towards A. They're going to try and create this pressure here on B side.
Yep, and there's that TP taken, as you highlighted, and away to A we go. Quick rotations coming out, though, that's one bonus, but they do get to at least navigate around that ult from DubsteP. Now they look towards that A side, but it is late in the day, and 25 seconds, it can leave room for mistakes and errors and things to go astray. Let's see if any of this can be caused, any mayhem made. Jessie's going to kick things off towards Redgar, but there's still 4 to find. It's not going to be easy, and you've still got this concise approach from Gambit, but it's getting down to the wire. 10 seconds now. Nat's still cooking, and DubsteP's made it here in time. Denies the spike plant, and now this is going to be a little bit problematic. 4 seconds. Dispenser just has to play the time here. If he can do it, it'd be perfect. He can't. I'm happy.
It wouldn't be us without that.
Yeah, you're right. And back in we go. We said that there could be that switch up, and it looks like a 3-2 split towards A would be a decent switch up if they can keep committing this way.
We'll retrieve that orb in showers. Oh, we're close up here, and actually happy to go all the way out here, but Dispenser actually get damage onto him. BORKUM almost bailed out of that situation. Jessie will find a response onto Nats as well.
Jessie always seems good for one with that ult. He's been getting a couple of connections, but there's the answer right back. The pause for Thor works for Gambit. They find 3 to instantly alleviate the pressure that was on that 8 site. Now a quick flash does at least give them a step. And maybe a concept as to where sheydos is the follow-up as well is going to be great. Going to force him away.
One enemy remains.
Now they can indeed catch him, as now sheydos is your last one alive. 50 seconds, Spike basically as far away as possible, and there's the answer. Jessie is your man to do it. 3.
Standing ahead. Send a ripple with that Blade Storm, but not finding anything at all.
Now I like this little bit of a switch up on the extremities as well, the willingness to fight. And look at the pace coming back out from Gambit to take this space back in. Keep in mind they do have the Spectre and the Bulldog, so you can tell that the purchase is far from perfect, but as it stands, they've taken now B-long control. They haven't kind of flexed over towards showers just yet. This is kind of the one of the two, but already Nats is actually building up quietly towards short. Something new here, but we have seen Nats do this in the past, but it seems like that's, again, something they're aware of. Nats now has to fall away from this, buying more and more time here for Secret. Look how deep they're holding on that B site as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
And again, I think that's on the back of Dispenser having that lockdown available. Jessie doesn't want to give anything away. No point playing site here and potentially giving away a kill.
But there's no spike in hand yet, though.
No. Actually, on the side of Gambit, you can see the nano swarm there, sorry. Just to cut off any push in towards elbow. But, spike retrieved now, 35 seconds. Redgar outside showers, the Cosmic Divide invested. Actually, the lockdown in response here. That's a tilting way to die.
Yeah, and there come the ults as well. Gambit, though, going to just crush in towards the backside of the tube on that kind of L-bend corner. sheydos, that was not pretty. Witz outdoes you. And the lockdown does get denied, and it is a 4v3, but Spike is planted, and Witz gonna have to do something with this. Jessie expecting that flank. He's right to be feeling as such, but Defo's holding the line. Jessie's timing's gonna have to be perfect. It's not. Redgar outdoes him, and Gambit finding ways here. Means to pressure, and as said, they were holding so deep there in secret. By the time they're able to address it, they're already in their face on the site. The ults are popped.
They're in full control. Garnered on the back of the Viper's pit as well. But again, it's Gambit's willingness to getting ahead to force their way all the way into elbow. Again, I think a good read based on just the scoreboard, seeing that ultimate being available. I think they understand how Secret are going to try and play that. And then actually in the previous thing was the Trailblazer that comes through that just checks if he slipped through.
Yeah.
And Secret don't want to play that game. Again, look at this now, 3 towards Showers.
And at present, the kind of right read, I guess you can call it. And there comes the attempt of a punish, and actually does catch one in the heel. And that was a player who had the ult as well, I'm pretty sure, at that point, which is a little unfortunate.
Was the only smoker as well for Secret.
No. Okay. And I'm already seeing Nats kind of pumping himself up in a deeper position as well. So again, he's a little further ahead of the rest. The bait on the flash, no one there to receive it, but still going to take the space as is necessary and can now start shuffling all the players across with that spike.
And now it becomes a problem. Once you've lost somebody from this A setup, what's the Showers control worth? I guess without a Sage in the composition, you'd argue it makes it difficult for Gambit to plant, but...
DubsteP. How much are we get out of this? It's going to be Jessie towards CT. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Gun barrels noted. Lovely shot from Jessie. Long presence now.
30 seconds left.
Found at this point, Jessie. Oh, more would have been perfect, but it's DubsteP to find it. Gets Defo, looks towards long, can't get it. Sheydos on the trade out, and now into a 2v2. TP taken. Spike down left. Flash is going to connect. Oh, but it connects on both sides. Blinded. As Redgar now in the 1v2. And that spike is... Oh, my God, Redgar!
Too shocked for them.
They're awake and they're kicking. Redgar already on it. We've seen Nats doing some incredible work. But now it's the switcheroo. Secret on the attacking side and Gambit on the defending side.
You see here is actually straight away. Sorry, I just caught Defo all the way out Showers here. So again, all that information gathered immediately here. Dispenser kind of, I'll be honest, stuck to his utility for the time being on flank control. Straight away, Secret, we'll get the orb on B long. That's actually close enough here, and actually the Snakebite going to force DubsteP out of that corner. No real utility invested on the side of Secret in terms of the early round, though. So they can peel away, which is what we see them doing here, but Defo will be rewarded for that early progress. A scalp claim, Dispenser will fall. But already, Secret made moves back towards A.
I love the discipline from them. Not over-push that. But let's see what Secret can do now. They've turned their attention towards that A site. You're leaning on through. Defo going to try and catch the cross, but gets the information. Chronicle down low, going to have to try and deal with the pressure, even though he's the walking wounded. Defo still stands his ground, and he actually loses his life for it. Redgar going to be called upon. TP now taken, and away we go towards that B site. They've actually managed to do this properly. They've really drawn Gambit through a loop.
DubsteP actually will stay inside the TP. We'll get traded out, but now actually Gambit presented a 2v3. Members battered and bruised on the side of Secret, but again, this one stacked against Gambit.
This drop down is going to be tricky. Let's see if they've got any way to facilitate this.
Well,
that's a bit of info. Yeah, that's not bad. Maybe he can work out where that crossfire is. He's got one flash to play with, but time's an element, and they're trying to buy it. And here we go, going to block off leaf one side, try and flash through the other. They're on towards the side. Nats finds one. He needs more. He knows where they reside. He knows where they're hiding from him. But it's the spike that's going to be the problem, and it's all down to one. Maybe there's life for them yet. Spraying wildly. He's got Nats down, but now the 1v1. The defuse. Oh, he's kept control of it. That was getting right towards the end of things.
He finds one.
That's more than enough.
You leave him in a ratty spot and you just want him to go 1 for 1.
Yep. Purchase going back in for Gambit is going to be, of course, light, but it is going to be, what, 2 marshals, and they've got a sheriff coming out, classic and a ghost. So, again, don't be expecting a turn of this one, but let's see if they can do some damage, because, of course, the purchase on the other side is Spectre heavy. 1 rifle for DubsteP and a Bulldog for Jessie. Nat's going to try and exactly what Nats does.
Tuck in somewhere.
That's exactly
Okay,
it.
right.
That is literally isn't that just like the most perfect summary of Nats? Still good for one at the very least. And again, he only has a classic and a fair amount of utility to play with. But they're cornered into this.
Yeah. Again, don't expect Nats to go hunted. He's trying to entertain the possibility of retrieving that weapon, but we'll settle for the classic for the time being. Actually, the sheriff, yeah, from sheydos. Secret though.
Toxin screen down.
They hang around. You can argue overstaying their welcome, but they will re-explore B. I think again with the focus on not wanting
30 seconds left.
to give away that weapon there, DubsteP actually finds the open here. Redgar will fall. Nats will respond though. And Secret gotta be careful here.
Deploying drone.
Getting worked down. They're being just chipped away at. DubsteP. So we're going to try and keep CT safe. Spots it. Just a pixel out of place is enough to keep the attention drawn. And
Okay.
Defo's found DubsteP. We're down to 2. Jessie still left loose. Position noted on towards the side. This is getting dangerous. Jessie trying to deal with that player coming through hookah. But it's going to be just down to 1. BORKUM, can you do this? Can you keep your team safe? Switch out to the pistol. Is getting closed in on Defo. Leaping forward. And Defo doing so much work in Gambit. Making Secret work to even get on even footing, which they're not going to get now.
Again, it comes down to a scrappy engagement, but BORKUM put in a position once again.
Towards the very top end of this.
Yeah, like I said, it tells me way more about Secret than it does about Gambit, but
Oh.
something's happened. Things have happened. Dispenser called upon now on a 1v4 Lauren. A sheriff.
Yes. Have I told you the story?
No,
No. I'm not even going to start it, all right? Not even going to start it.
we
but
haven't got time.
No, we don't. I do think this was going to be a light investment anyway from Secret, so it's not actually the end of the
No.
world that we missed it. So, no worries. No harm, no foul in that. This should be coming for Gambit. Lovely connection. There's the radar. So, should be fine. 6-9. What's your favourite scoreline?
Things go. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well.
Okay, straight away.
Well, eat my words.
Okay.
Maybe this is actually in response to how much focus there's been from Secret towards that fountain control, looking towards that orb and trying to potentially, kind of herd them towards hookah.
I don't mind that.
Toxin screen down.
We've garnered the respect and the early investment of utility. They do have to now rethink their approach. What are their plans off the back of that? Heavy lean towards this B site too. Even with that in mind, they still have 2 players on the back lines.
That's what I was going to say. I'm looking now towards Redgar. When does the kind of switch flip here? And actually the drone on the back of Shower's not going to find anything.
Ooh, keep your head
Potentially,
down.
no,
There
he
it
didn't
is.
actually.
No, that's
And if
good.
he spots somebody there, that's when you expect Redgar to immediately drift towards A.
Can't punish Chronicle on this, and again, timing is a factor. They're going to be just slowed down a little more. You can see the information trying to be taken aback here, still looking towards hookah as maybe that next layer to this one. So you feel as though Redgar's going to get impatient, but it's Chronicle to get the first contact and makes light work of Witz. Dips back in. He's not getting much pressure from this. They're just kind of looking hesitant to take the fight. And he actually gets to back away scot-free. More damage being done as well.
30 seconds.
Oh, this is not looking as nice as I'd like. Rotations now en route. The second layer of that. Is there more to this? Is there something else to be seen here coming out from Secret? Because I hope so. Because as it stands, this is not looking good. This is light work for Gambit as it stands. If this is how it keeps going forward, DubsteP individually works forward. There's nothing to write home
Spike
about.
down A.
There's Dispenser.
10 seconds left.
He's on B site.
And again, similar situation in that previous round here, kind of lost in this lurk. Not able to even have a hand in. I think he's in a position to potentially catch Nats outside that Viper's pit. Obviously, that rotation does come through, but the way it's looking as if it might.
way.
Well, let's see if they can recover. Back in we go, still on the attack, still trying to do something. Early aggression down long, though, as well. From Gambit, both now noted. Does that spur on the hit? Does it change things? They've got to have a good idea. This is potentially a stack on this side. They've seen 2 players on long and the utility from the sova. So they have to have a good idea. They're coming up against a lot of players, and they're actually going to continue this way. Nat's going to slot himself in as well. Dirty little off angle to play under. 3 players posted up towards long. This looks like it's going to be bursty off the back of potentially a flash or little piece of information, but Nats does what Nats does best. Rats it out, and here's the play. He predicts DubsteP getting towards the side, but it's sheydos to find Witz. There's a swing from DubsteP. Oh! You can see it across his face. He knows that this is looking like it's starting to be over. The first real nail in the... Is this aggression? Are we going to how deep we're going to walk on this. Defo, and yeah, we're getting aggressive, but DubsteP is right there. This is going to be a lot of players. He jumps the corner. It's not great. Nats punishes 2. This is looking like they're losing hope and faith in their own plans. They're losing all of that spark that got us aboard the secret train. Defo's still got control on this. Has to be a pixel shown. A little unlucky there on almost either side to an extent, but managing to make it away alive on both sides.
See if they can do anything to recover this round here. Nat's down to 4 HP. Sheydos has fallen, so no heal on the cards here. But Dispenser and BORKUM worlds apart. And Gambit can sit tight in this 2-2 setup. That's again low HP. He's just going to try and jump spot for some info. Again, not entirely sure of the end goal here, whether or not Secret are just going to allow the clock to run down. Oh, actually just catches a glimpse here, but Chronicle posted up and actually,
good pick.
Yeah, Defo will be found. Dispenser on the other side.
This is really nice. They've done the push and pull on either side. TP can be taken. They decide to sit towards that A site. Maybe knowing where Chronicle is better. Left. I guess better the devil you know, right? And away we go towards the A site. Fight is so integral, and it could have been something. 20 seconds. Ult now invested. Dispenser, what can you do here? Can you do anything to save your side? A tag taken. And now the 1v2. Nat is in the back lines, and of course he will be the one to take them towards 12. And this could be the downfall of Secret and Gambit ascending to where we expect them to be.
And I understand there, BORKUM trying to find something when they know the Chronicle, well, they assume the Chronicle is solo.
Hiding through the matchup. This could be one more go at it. Could it be the upset? Or is it all just a fever dream at this point as Defo? He ain't subtle, he's going walkabouts.
And here we do get actually a more comfortable weaponry than I was expecting from Secret here, but you question the utility behind it.
I've got
I bet Defo will find BORKUM as well, so that's the smoke's removed here. He'll try and cut through the defense here of Gambit. DubsteP will actually find Chronicle. That makes it interesting now.
It does, but it does force Defo's hand, and for now it's looking pretty deadly. Going to try and get away from the KJ. Try and move himself around a little here. Redgar's found Dispenser. This is now looking problematic. Good work comes on in as it's just DubsteP now left in a 1v3 with it all on his shoulders. And it's going to be an uphill battle. He's been shot in the back by Nats.